So if you've got a little more room in your budget, or you're ready to treat yourself to something truly game-changing, well, today I've got the best gifts for voice actors under $250. Now make sure you stick around to the end where I reveal the gift that I have purchased for myself over and over and over again, every single year. Hi, my name's Amy, and I've been a voice actor for over 15 years. And today, I'm dishing out my 9 favorite voiceover gifts coming in under $250. And by the way, I'll have links to all of these items down in the description if you want to check them out for yourself. I will say many of these links are affiliate links. Just means it doesn't cost you a single thing, but it does help to support this channel. So thank you in advance. First, let's start with the upgrades that instantly boost quality and workflow no matter what stage of voiceover you're in. And I'm starting with a top-tier USB mic, one that's got studio-level clarity, plug-and-play simplicity. It's a great place to start. And yes, I am someone who is firmly in the camp of when you are starting out, you can absolutely use a USB mic. And the Audio-Technica AT2020 USB-X is one of the best step-up mics for serious beginners. It's actually the new and improved version of my first microphone when I started out. I started out with an Audio-Technica AT2020 USB mic. And that's why I am a full proponent of saying when you're starting out, it's a-okay to save a little money and go with a USB mic, because guess what? I booked gigs when this was just a part-time thing for me. I booked gigs for years, professional quality sounding gigs for years with that microphone. And so it served me really well for a number of years until I was ready and could afford to upgrade to a professional XLR mic. And so at just under $170, it is a little bit of an investment over something that's under $100, but it's not going to break the bank. It's going to level up your sound while still being affordable. Next up is a piece of equipment for those who have invested in an XLR microphone. Good for you if you have. That is very exciting. But it means you're going to need a good mic interface, something that's going to power the microphone with phantom power, something that's going to process the audio and translate its language for your computer. Now, my recommendation in this price range is a Focusrite, and specifically the Focusrite Scarlett Solo 3rd Gen. There is a 4th gen of this as well, but the 3rd gen is still a really quality piece of equipment. This interface is almost a little bit of a rite of passage for voice actors. It's got really clean sound, quiet preamps, and it's easy to set up. It's a really good long-term investment. You won't need to upgrade this for a little while, and it comes in at a really, really budget-friendly price point, which really helps if you've already shelled out some money for a good XLR microphone. All right, now in the category of I didn't know I needed this until I had it upgrades, we're going to talk about a mic arm, and specifically the Elgato Wave Mic Arm Pro. Now, this is Elgato's latest mic arm, and it's actually on my shopping list. It's a terrific revamp of my former favorite of theirs, which was the Wave Arm LP. The LP stands for low profile. This is their upgraded version that they've just come out with this year. It is sleek, it is silent, it is solid, and they've made it even smarter than it was before. It stays out of your way. If you don't want a desk stand, you still want a boom arm, but you don't want it to be so in the way. This mic arm is the way to go. It's quiet. It's got hidden cable channels underneath. It keeps your space looking tidy. It's very versatile. And as I say, it's the upgraded version of the Wavearm LP. And it didn't take them long to turn around and say, you know what, we've come up with an even better design for it. So Elgato specifically around, like the Cyber Mondays, Black Fridays, Prime Days, all of those big kinds of marketing moments, they usually run some really great deals on all of their gear. So in any of my videos, if I'm suggesting an Elgato product and it's around one of those shopping seasons, definitely go click the link and check it out because they tend to run some really great sales. In fact, Black Friday is usually when I buy any Elgato gear that I've got on my wish list because they run such great deals at that time of year. Now, once your mic setup is really dialed in, it's time to make your recording space sound as good as it looks. But before we get there, if you want something for absolutely free, why don't you sign up for my weekly newsletter? Because in it, I bring you tips, tricks, and truth about running a freelance voiceover business. I include weekly voiceover challenges, real life stories from behind my microphone, and exclusive access to deals and discounts. And you can sign up for it free using the link down in the description. We've got a great community in the newsletter community, and I hope to see you there as well. Okay, so next up is some studio must-haves. In my video, the first video in this series, my gift guide for voice actors for gifts under $50, I offered up a couple of great budget-friendly options for acoustic room treatment. But if you're ready to make some really serious upgrades to the sound balance in your recording space, this is the price point you want to be at. And I'm going to suggest Auralex, and specifically the Auralex Studio Foam panels, because these are kind of, I use the term gold standard with a lot of the high-end gear that I recommend because it's the brands or products that pros go back to over and over and over again. Comes in just over $150, which is actually pretty reasonable. It will start to add up depending on how big your space is and how much paneling you want to put up. Auralex is a very trusted acoustics brand, and these panels really work. They look professional. More importantly, they really help tame the reflections in your recording space. So there is nothing wrong with the budget acoustic panels that I have mentioned in a more wallet-friendly portion of the series. But if you're ready for some serious upgrades to your room treatment, go with the Auralex. Now, if there's one thing that every voice actor needs, and let's face it, anyone who works from home needs, it's a good, solid, ergonomic desk chair. And I'm actually going to suggest one for you that is pretty reasonable, and on sale it's even at a lower price point than most of the items in this video. But here's the reason. Long recording sessions require good body support. Plain and simple. You've got to have good lower back support. You've got to have the ability to sit up nice and straight so that you can have good breath support and lung support. You want to be able to feel supported in your thighs and your legs and be able to plant your feet squarely on the floor. Your back will thank you for just a good, solid, ergonomic desk chair. If this is the first one you're really buying, you don't have to break the bank on it. That's why I'm offering one at, frankly, a really decent price, because you don't want to get the cheapest one out there. Think in terms of how squeaky and creaky and stiff some of those really cheap desk chairs can be, and that squeaks and creaks are going to be your enemy if you're doing some voiceover recording. So you want something that is solid and comfortable and supportive while still being affordable, while still being quiet. So this is the one that I recommend, but take a look around and find one that suits your tastes the best. This next gift's a quiet hero, and I talked about this a bit in my last video in the series, Gifts for Voice Actors Under $100. And this is another one in the line of it's going to protect your computer and recording gear from power surges and power cuts. And this is basically, in my last video, I gave you an APC UPS system that was more just the surge protector that had a little bit of battery backup in it. This is kind of the opposite. It's another APC UPS, except this is battery backup first, and the surge protection is kind of secondary. This is a really robust battery backup. Comes in just under $200. And okay, why do you need this if you already have a quality surge protector? Well, I'll tell you why. True story. One time, this was years ago, I was under a tight deadline and was powering through a pretty lengthy recording session. So naturally, since I was recording, I wasn't really stopping and saving my work super often. And well, it was in the middle of a snowstorm. And you guessed it, the power went out. Just for a minute, but it was long enough to lose all of the recording work I had just spent maybe, 30 minutes doing. Lost it all. That was the only lesson I needed to learn about why I needed a good battery backup system for my computer and equipment. This one in particular is the one my family uses. The smaller surge protector battery backup is the one that I use under my desk. That was in my under $100 video. And let me tell you, the APC systems have been terrific. They keep my whole system chugging along even when the power goes out so that I at least have time to stop and get my work saved and shut my equipment and my computer down properly and safely. It really is a no-brainer for anyone doing this kind of work, and I highly recommend you get yourself set up with one. Now, of course, recording isn't just about sound. Let's talk about what helps you look your best, too. And yes, it's true. You'll find me often recommending products made by Elgato. There is a theme there. I have a ton of their products. And the reason for that is because each one impresses me so much with its quality and design for the price. So, for high quality video calls, whether you're doing coaching or even recording YouTube content, if that's your thing, or doing live auditions or live directed sessions, the webcam you want is the Elgato Facecam. It delivers really crisp, true-to-life visuals. And guess what? It's the camera I'm currently using to record this video. Also, though, the good folks at Elgato have recently upgraded the Elgato Facecam, and now they offer the Facecam 4K. And so if you want to future-proof your setup, the 4K version is a stunning upgrade, and it comes in just under $200. And remember, they run some pretty great sales throughout the year, so check in on that for sure. Definitely, if you're looking for an upgrade on your webcam, the Elgato Facecam, whether it's the original or the 4K, you can't go wrong. Keeping with the Elgato theme, a very fun but really effective item to add to your workflow is a Stream Deck. And if you, play video games, Stream Deck is also a really, really quality piece of equipment to add to your setup. Now, I use the Elgato. There's a lot of different Stream Decks to choose from. I recommend and use, and it's attached, so I can't pull this out for too far, but I use the Elgato Stream Deck Plus. The Plus gives you 2 rows of push button banks that you can customize. It gives you a touch screen, LED screen here that you can shuffle through all of the different settings that you have. And it's got the dials. I, of course, since purple is in the name of my company, I went with the custom purple dials. The great thing is, so the dials are push button. I can, let's say, for instance, turn on and off my studio lights, or I can dial them down or dial them back up. There's so many things that I can program into this, whether it's lighting, whether it's push button to pull up websites I need, things to control with my DAW or my microphone. I love my Stream Deck Plus. If you're not familiar with it, it's a customizable control surface that basically with the push of a button allows you to trigger shortcuts, sound effects while you're recording, even things like your studio lights to come on, control your system volume. There are countless ways to use this hub. It is a huge time saver. It's a great way to stay organized. And if you're looking for something that's a little bit of a treat, the Elgato Stream Deck Plus is the way to go. All right, so I promised you at the beginning that I would give you the one thing that I consistently purchase for myself and my voiceover business over and over and over and over and over again. It is not a glamorous one, but it is a must-have for me. Multiple must-haves. I buy one every single year. It's a portable SSD external hard drive. Yeah, I have two of them here because I want to show you that I buy this every year. I particularly use the SanDisk 2 terabyte Extreme Portable SSD. These come in just under $200. Again, you can usually find these on sale. I typically buy these at Black Friday because they go on sale. Why is this so important? Why is this the thing I buy for myself every single year? Fast, reliable external storage is perfect for backing up your work, traveling, or swapping out large files quickly. Now, I don't necessarily need the portability aspect of that, but I do need to save huge amounts of audio projects, audio files for a length of time because I always keep all of my client projects for at least a year, if not 2 to 3, in case a client comes back and needs a revision. I can refer to what the project sounded like. And so instead of adding more and more and more and more storage burden to my actual computer hard drive, I simply use one of these every calendar year. So that's why I buy a new one right around the end of the year, right around Black Friday or so. The next one I buy will be for 2026. Then at the end of December, I take all of the year's voiceover projects, and in my case, videos, and I transfer them to the portable hard drive, label it with the calendar year, and store it away. And that way my files are safe, they're easily accessible, I can grab them really quickly if I need to, and I free up tons of storage space on my computer hard drive. So yes, I buy them quite often and whenever they go on sale. And I really recommend, again, it's not a glamorous kind of gift for yourself or if you're buying for someone else. You cannot have, as a voice actor or even a content creator or a podcaster, you cannot have enough external storage space because the burden that's going to go onto your hard drive is just not sustainable. Now, coming up next in this series is going to be my final video, which is going to be premium level gifts that serious voice actors truly dream about. And I'm talking oh man, I'd love to have that someday. So stay tuned for that. Hit subscribe if you haven't done so already. You don't want to miss that one. In the meantime, maybe you'd like to shop for something a bit more wallet friendly than a $250 gift. Well, be sure to check out my gift guides for items under $100 and really bargain voiceover products under $50. Go check them out right here, and I'll see you next time.